Alrighty then, it's time to review WWE Clash of Champions 2016. You know, the one thing that I hate now that I work two jobs and I have to wake up at 4 in the morning for the other job is that now I get like good sleep, where it's like it's good to get good sleep. I guess it's not a bad thing, but now I wake up too early. Even on my days off of the 4 a.m. job, I wake up way too damn early. So now I have to watch Clash of Champions. I was all like, you know what? I better watch this show now, because if I don't watch this show now, there's no way I'm going to get to it. There's no way I'm going to get to the show. It was just like, I wasn't interested in the show heading in. And after watching the show itself, honestly, unless you're like the most diehard of in-ring wrestling fan, I thought this show was just such a waste of time. And it was just all golden children bullshit. It really was. It was just golden children bullshit up the ass. When it comes down to it, I feel like wrestling fans tend to just kind of like supplement with, oh, we got good in-ring action, though. You got to be happy about that. The performers went out there and did their thing. But it's like, honestly, we see them do their thing every single week. When it comes to a pay-per-view, when it comes to a special event or whatever WWE wants to call it, I expect some climax, some resolve, maybe some continuation heading into the next show or something like that. I just felt like we weren't getting of that. That's why when people call this a new era and say, no, but it's a new era, Chase. See all the faces and everything like that. I go, it's such BS. This is not a new era. This is the same old shit. We've been watching the same old shit for many, many years. The booking is the same. Nothing's ever going to change in this era if the booking doesn't change. And when you have people that are running Triple H booking, and you guys know me, I love freaking Triple H, but when it comes to Triple H booking, it's kind of old school. It's kind of out of fucking touch. And when you have people running Triple H bookings all over the freaking place on this damn show, no wonder why this is not going to feel like a new era. It feels like the same old shit. All I was watching with Clash of Champions this morning was just, I sat there and I said, wow, this is some Triple H BS right here. All three of your major matches had some Triple H backstage politic bullshit that you would see in the old era. But no, Chase is a new era. Look at all the new faces in ring matches. It's not a new era. It's the same shit. The way that the wrestlers are booked are the freaking same. Anyways, time to actually talk about the actual matches. We'll get to more Triple H Golden Child goodness later when it comes down to it. But kicking off tonight, we had the tag team title match between the New Day and the Club. This match was actually pretty solid. Like, if you just look at it from an in-ring spectacle, it was a very solid match by the New Day and the Club. The problem is with this match is that the Raw team went over. Once again, I don't know who the Club pissed off backstage, but they must have pissed someone off because the New Day retained the tag team titles. Like, who are they building up the New Day to lose to? See, that's the thing. People don't seem to understand that if you're going to have someone like the New Day hold the tag team titles for this long, there has to be some payoff. There has to be a team that if they beat the New Day, they become like the next big team for your brand. They have to be the top team of your brand if you're going to have the New Day hold on the tag titles for this goddamn long. I mean, the New Day at this point, man, like, are they entertaining? Yes. I am not taking away the entertainment value that the New Day can bring to the table. I am just fatigued of seeing the New Day on top. It's like John Cena back in 2007. You know, when John Cena was like holding the WWE Championship and he always won every single match and you just kind of got sick and tired of it? That's how it is with me with the New Day. I'm just so sick and tired of seeing these guys always on top, always overcoming the odds, just being goofy and corny, and yet the fans eat this shit up. It's funny. John Cena was doing the same exact shit, but yet the New Day are doing it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's awesome, it's great. It's like, no, it's stupid. Don't hit on one individual for doing corny, goofy shit, and then love the other individuals. It just makes no sense to me. It's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical that fans do that and let the New Day get the pass with all this ridiculousness. But when it comes down to it, the New Day retaining was just a dumb decision in my book. Don't agree with it whatsoever. And if they drop it to a team that means absolutely nothing, then I don't know what the WWE is doing. Because, like I said, if you're going to have to do, they just keep the straps for whatever it is, what it is. Sure, the Club, it may have been like, oh, well, Chase, maybe they're that nothing team. But the Club at least has AJ Styles as WWE champion. Last I checked, they referenced that they're still friends. You know, WWE television has told me that the Club and AJ Styles are still working together in some sort of capacity. Wouldn't you want to think that you want to give your newly crowned WWE champion more of a rub with his friends being the tag team champions, showing that the club are not losers and solidifying AJ Styles' heel turn even more? I don't know, just saying, it's hard to take the club seriously when all they do is just freaking lose. It's like Bray Wyatt. Sure, they may have something associated with them where you can show off the BS that these guys are big deals, but if you keep having them lose, no one's going to care at the end of the day. Just how it works. Anyways, up next, we had the Cruiserweight Championship match. TJ Perkins taking on Brian Kendrick. I like that they had the purple stuff. The purple stuff is really good. To make the Cruiserweight matches feel a little bit different and unique. As for this Cruiserweight match itself, it was whatever, blah. TJ Perkins, very vanilla, very boring, typical WWE guy. Yet this is a new era. And don't bull this all WWE waters him down. And look, if the guy can't wrestle the WWE style, that's his fault. I'm tired of all these indie fans have to defend their independent wrestlers. Oh, the WWE waters them down. No, they don't water them down. They make them wrestle smarter and more simple. If the guy can't wrestle in a WWE style, that's not his fault. That's his fault. Has to learn. Has to learn what makes the fans care. Them doing all these crazy moves, yeah, it's cool. It gets a ooh and ah, but doesn't leave an everlasting memory. This Cruiserweight title match was kind of whatever. TJ Perkins retained. That's all I could really say about it. Then at the end, they had Brian Kendrick attack him. Yay, because we love seeing losers go after championships. WWE, that makes sense. Losers get title shots, not winners. That's just one thing. Me when we're WWE and just wrestling in general, it's like, oh yeah, we got to give the loser an automatic rematch. Why? They lost. They shouldn't get no freaking rematch, man. Ugh, absolutely ridiculous. And then speaking of ridiculous, oh god, series match number 7, Cesaro versus Sheamus. Now that, and I watched this. I said, you know what? I have to review the show, so let me watch it. I just sat there and I couldn't believe how long this match was. This match felt forever. I felt like this match wasn't going to end. And like, this is what WWE does to you. They make you feel like something epic and climactic is going to happen. And they end the match like this. So at the end of the match, you guys did not see it. Sheamus goes to the barricade and Cesaro doesn't do like anything crazy to him. Just clotheslines him over the barricade. And both of them are like exhausted from their long, hard, grueling war that they can't get up. But Cesaro gets back in the ring and he starts screaming and everything like that. And then Sheamus acting like a freaking baby face, wanting to get back into the ring, but the doctors won't let him. And so then we kind of have an ending conclusion to this match, and we don't know who won. It's like, what the hell? Do you even know what you're doing with Cesaro or Sheamus? Like, this is what I'm talking about. This best of 7 series, WWE did not know what to do with these guys, so they said, hey, we'll just put them in 7 random matches and see what, and we'll think of something down the road. They didn't think of something. They don't know what to do with Cesaro or Sheamus. First off, why is Cesaro getting back in the ring? Cesaro should not get back in the ring. You should have Sheamus get back in the ring, establish some heel heat, make fun of Cesaro for not being that tough, and then later on, when Cesaro's trying to break away from the doctors, you would get a better fan reaction. At least with Cesaro trying to break away from the doctors, it makes more sense. He's a babyface. He wants to try to keep on beating up Sheamus. Sheamus is acting like a heel. He's a dick. He's making fun of him in the ring. That makes sense. How hard is it for WWE just to make perfect sense of stuff or just decide that this is the best route of action? It's like WWE likes to do the opposite. Oh, yeah, let's show how tough Cesaro is by going back into the ring and screaming. No, I don't want to see my babyfaces looking tougher all the time. I don't want to see my heels acting like baby faces, wanting to get back in the ring and kick someone's ass. No wonder why these heels aren't over. They don't do heel things. They do nothing that is heelish whatsoever. It's stupid. This is how you end this best of 7 series. Maybe we'll end it tonight on Monday Night Raw there, Moggle. We'll end it on Monday Night Raw with some stupid theme, but still, waste of time. I'm sorry, I don't care. Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho. It was there. A good, solid mid-card match. I can't really say nothing more on this besides that Jericho won. Right decision, mainly because, like, you know, Sami Zayn you kind of don't really have big plans for him, in my personal opinion. Like, you just don't have big plans for him at this current junction of time. And kind of pushing Sami Zayn, he would kind of get lost in the shuffle with everything else that you're kind of trying to do. So instead of trying to force push Sami Zayn, it's better that Sami Zayn is getting this treatment where he's going to naturally progress up the card instead of, you know, being forced to win. At least Jericho, he has something. He's best friends with the current world champion, so it makes sense why you would give him the win here. I have no problem with the winner. And this is no, like, Sami Zayn BS hate that everyone knows that I have. It's just that, you know, I just think that right now, if you push Sami Zayn, what are you going to really do with the guy? Let's be real here. He's nowhere near going to be in the U.S. title picture or anything like that. So that's just me. Make sure you guys share this stream live on the YouTube, on Twitter, whatever the things are. God dang. I swear, man, WWE just doesn't think, man. I just don't understand. I honestly don't understand how hard is it for these guys to freaking book shit, man. It's like they make it seem like it's difficult. It's like it's not that hard. It honestly isn't that hard. You just got to know human reactions or something. Anyways, up next is the 3 matches that scream Golden Children rule. Golden Children are the best. Fuck everyone else. It's all about the Golden Children on Raw. Sure, some people will get the rub, but it's going to be about the Golden Children at the end of the day. If you guys are sick about me talking about the Golden Children, deal with it, as Dave Bautista would say, because the Golden Children rule this company. I've been saying it for months. I've been saying it for years. I've been saying it for months, not years. Almost it's going to be years soon. It's going to be a year in like WrestleMania. If you guys do not know who are the 5 Golden Children of WWE Raw, Triple H's Golden Children that he chose, they are Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Charlotte, and Kevin Owens. Each have their own particular role, and they do Golden Children shit. Thus, they do Triple H politicking. Thus, they get a lot of Triple H bookings. And if you don't know what a Triple H booking is, why don't you load up that freaking WWE Network that you pay $9.99 for? You mooch off your friend, or go on YouTube and figure out how Triple H booking works, because I'm sick and tired of explaining this shit. Those 5 are the Golden Children. I have no problem flaunting who are the Golden Children, but those 5 are the Golden Children. And tonight, Clash of Champions showed you that the Golden Children are going to rule over this company for many years, and we don't know if that's a good or bad thing yet, but we know they're going to rule this company. Everyone doubted me when I made this list. Everyone's like, Chase, what are you talking about? This is not the Golden Children list, blah, 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 blah. Are you going to doubt me now? You're going to doubt me now. I just want to know, do all you guys in the comment section that are watching, for all the 6 people watching this live right now, and then people who are watching this via the archive, do you doubt me now about the Golden Children of the WWE? Do you really believe there's a Golden Children? Do you guys say, oh, shit, Chase knows what he's saying. There is Golden Children. I saw it. How many of you have been doing your research, wanting to see what Triple H bookings are? Trust me, man. Been watching Triple H for many freaking years. My favorite wrestler of all time at this point, at juncture in my life. I know what Triple H booking is. And these last 3 matches smelt and dealt of Triple H booking. And yet we're going to consider this a new era. Give me a fucking break. So the women's triple threat match. You can already tell that Bayley and Sasha Banks. Now, I will say this. I give credit to male superstars when they know, when they're pissed off and they know they're not going to win. At least they go out there and they hide their emotions. They're able to keep it in check when they enter the ring. They're able to still kind of like act like they care and give a shit about the match. See Dean Ambrose at No Mercy, not No Mercy, on Backlash just this last month. You know, when you watch Dean Ambrose coming out to the ring, he looked like he was ready to go to defend his championship, even though he probably knew he was going to lose. He went out there and he acted like he was going to win that match. Same with when he faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 this year, or 32, excuse me. He acted like he was going to win. He wasn't whining or pouting. He didn't have this pouty look on his face. But Bayley and Sasha Banks both came out salty as fuck, knowing the hell that Charlotte was going to win, that Charlotte wasn't going to put them over, because like I said before, Bayley and Sasha Banks are not silver children. They are Charlotte's bitches that Charlotte will use and abuse and put over when she wants, so she doesn't get that much heat. I mean, you could tell you could already tell Charlotte was going to win this match just based off Bayley and Sasha's entrances. And really, to be honest, the Bayley and Sasha, can you guys be a little bit more professional when you enter? I get it. You don't like that you're going to lose. I get it. Maybe Charlotte's a terrible person to work with backstage. But for real, can you at least act like you give a fuck when you enter the ring? Bayley coming out, you could already tell she was pissed. Yeah, she was doing her dancing, but she wasn't even trying. You could just look on her face. And guys know when a girl is mad. That resting bitch face. Bayley had that the whole way. Her smile looked fake as fuck. She was like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like, her dancing just was whatever. She did not put her thought or flow into it because she knew she was going to lose. She was pissed off. She probably thought this was going to be a big event for her. Maybe she would get the rub and win the title. She's one of the most over people in the company. She thought she was going to get that. Nope. And then Sasha Banks, once again, she did it at SummerSlam. And now she did it here at Clash of Champions, coming out pouting like a little bitch. Like, she came out, did her entrance, and then her face was stoned, pissed off that she couldn't believe that once again she's getting screwed by Charlotte. And then here comes Charlotte. You could tell she was the only one who cared because she knew she was winning. You saw how Charlotte walked out. She walked out like she was going to win the match, like we all knew she was going to win. Bayley and Sasha Banks both had those resting bitch faces saying, fuck, we have to do this shit again. I'm just saying, I get it. I understand it's maybe frustrating as a professional wrestler when you're told time after time after time that you're going to have to lose, especially when you have to deal with Charlotte and you know this, it's all about Charlotte and Charlotte and Charlotte, and Charlotte has Triple H's back and Triple H has Charlotte's back, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. I get it. But can you at least hide your emotions? Can you at least, when you come out to the ring, act like you fucking care? Because so that way, when I'm sitting there watching the match, I don't feel like I'm wasting my time watching it. Seriously, Bayley and Sasha Banks, I don't care what anyone says about them. They're tremendous in-ring workers. But just because you're going to lose a match, don't act all bitchy about it. Come out and act professional. Come out and freaking act like you want to be there. Because I swear to God, go watch back those entrances. Bayley's face the whole time was a fake freaking smile. I know what a fake smile looks like. That was a fake freaking smile Bayley was putting on her face. She wasn't even trying when she was dancing. She didn't care because she knew she was going to lose. And then Sasha Banks is probably one of the most, I like Sasha Banks, no, really good worker, but seriously, she just does not give a fuck when she's about to lose. She is very, very petty. But yeah, anyways, Charlotte ends up retaining. Triple threat match was kind of whatever. That's pretty much what I'm going to say about it. It was just whatever kind of triple threat match. And then we get to Roman Reigns and Rusev for the United States title. Now, Roman Reigns, he is a golden child. Don't get it twisted. Roman Reigns is a golden child. But he also got in trouble recently, and Triple H likes to punish his golden children a little bit, and this is his punishment, is that he has to serve his time in the mid-card division. Oh, no. What a punishment for Roman Reigns. He gets to win a mid-card title. Whoop-de-doo. Roman Reigns and Rusev, it was like, I don't know what this match was supposed to be for me. It was kind of like they try to tell like two different stories in one in the match, and I just kind of felt like this match wasn't as good as their match that they had on Raw. Not to say this match was bad. It delivered on what you wanted in a mid-card U.S. title match. I'm not trying to say it didn't, but it was just like, it was kind of like they're trying to tell two different stories. Like they're trying to add like the whole, oh, Lana's interfering every time Reigns is getting a chance and an opportunity. But then they were also trying to tell the story that these two are brutes and battling hard and hitting each other hard. And this is going to be a never ending war. It's like, stick to one story, because you can't have it where these two are battling hard and then you take away all credibility that Rusev has of being a hard hitter by having Lana interfere. I mean, just keep the one story. That's all I really got to say about this match. But overall, this match, it wasn't good. It wasn't like great or good. It was kind of passable. It was a passable mid-card U.S. title match. It wasn't like anything that blew my socks away. And ultimately, you knew what was going to happen. Once Lana pulled the referee out of the ring, I was like, oh my God, this is some Triple H booking. I just shook my head and I'm like, yep, Reigns is winning. I know it. I know Reigns is winning. I don't even need to watch the ending to this match. I honestly felt like I was going to fast forward and then just read the results just to read that Roman Reigns won the U.S. title. Because after Lana got kicked out, I'm like, yeah, this is some Triple H face booking right here. Someone gets kicked out, and, you know, the game, he ends up getting overtaken, but then afterwards he overcomes the odds because he's the game, and then the game hits the pedigree, 1, 2, 3, yay, face Triple H wins and everything like that. That's how it was with Roman Reigns and Rusev. It was just like Lana got kicked out, Roman Reigns got his ass kicked, accolade, Roman Reigns broke out of it because of the strength of Reigns, and then Reigns hit all his freaking signature moves. Rusev gets hit with the spear, and then bam, it was all over. 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns is U.S. champ. Golden children. What can you say? You know I was laughing. I was laughing my ass off. I thought it was funny. You know me. What's going on with Google? What's going on with Google? Why is my cam not working? It's weird. On like the playback. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so on the playback, the cam wasn't working. But yeah. Golden children rule. What can we say? Roman Reigns, what will he do as U.S. champion? Probably another match with Rusev, like we care. Because once again, we love seeing losers get title shots. I hope they get rid of the automatic rematch clause. It's really adulting. And then finally, our main event of the evening, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins for the WWE. The match itself was actually pretty solid. The one thing that I have complaints is that sometimes Rollins and Owens no-sold their injuries, and it was kind of annoying. But at the end of the day, the match itself was pretty solid. Not as good as Ambrose and AJ Styles, and I do not expect that because I think AJ Styles is absolutely one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he carried Dean Ambrose to a great pay-per-view match. This right here was kind of just like a good Universal Championship match between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. And of course, because they're both golden children and they can't both get hurt and they want someone to look strong and 50-50 booking, Chris Jericho has to be out there just to kind of filter the BS. And we got a bunch of, oh my gosh, Seth Rollins would have won if this would have happened. Feel bad for Rollins. It's a new era, guys, but yet we're getting bookings that we've seen so many times in the past. It's like, why can't we make Kevin Owens into that dominant heel that can actually get shit done and he doesn't have to rely on everyone's help? Why is it that Kevin Owens has to be a pussy shit heel? His catchphrase is fight Owens fight. Make it what he did in NXT to Sami Zayn, where he knocked him out to win his first NXT championship. I mean, seriously, why is it that Kevin Owens needs help from fucking 40-year-old Chris Jericho to beat Seth freaking Rollins, who in the past needed help from everyone just to win a championship match? I mean, seriously, this match right here was just like, you know, it was good for what it was. I'm not trying to say it was a bad match. It was just like, you do all this stuff that just does nothing for any of these characters. No one's going to boo Kevin Owens for doing this. This doesn't gain any heel heat on Kevin Owens. This doesn't give any sympathy to Seth Rollins. Why should I feel bad for Rollins being an idiot? He should have turned around. He should have known that Kevin Owens was getting back up. What's his problem? Why was he so focused on the referee? He should have known. You just make Seth Rollins look like an idiot. He's supposed to be this architect, this intellectual mind that the WWE like, you know, Seth Rollins, they're like, they make Seth Rollins like this smart individual. They talk about, oh, he's so smart. He created the Shield. He destroyed the Shield. He looked like a dumbass. He turns around and this guy's freaking like, he doesn't even look in his ring, doesn't check his surroundings. How is this guy supposed to be, what's it called? This architect, this smart mind. He seems like a stupid person to me. Feel bad for Rollins. Oh, he could have won, but the referee was down. He had like a 20 count on Kevin Owens. It's like, the fuck? It's like, just ridiculous. Just goofy stuff by WWE at the end. Triple H, golden children shit. End of the day, Kevin Owens is still Universal Champion, and now we have Raw later tonight. Overall, Clash of Champions. It was just a golden children show. It was all about the golden children and what the golden children do. So, yeah, that's all I can really say about it. It was a whatever show. Anyways, if you guys have questions pertaining to anything professional wrestling, put them in the chat to the right, and I'll answer them as much as I can And then later on, I got to go play some more 2K because I haven't had a chance to play NBA 2K all that much. Someone posted on Twitter, watching Raw PvP, and I must say SmackDown PvP was much better. You know what's funny, too? Time ago. I called this a long time ago where I was all like someone was all telling me, oh, Raw is better than SmackDown. And I was all like, what are you talking about? SmackDown has like a better talent pool. I would rather watch SmackDown than Raw. And now everyone's like, oh, SmackDown's better than Raw. It's like, gee, I told you that. Where did Golden Children come from and why these 5? The Golden Children came from pretty much like from what I've been watching in wrestling for many years, Nero. I just kind of picked out by people that have gotten favorable bookings in both NXT and WWE and just feel like people that Triple H would just keep on pushing down our throats. And I was sitting there and I was saying to myself, yep, these are the Golden Children. And I chose Roman Reigns because it's pretty obvious. Triple H is a huge Roman Reigns fan. He loves this guy to death. And then when I chose Seth Rollins, they're kind of the same thing because he kind of like made Seth Rollins his chosen one out of nowhere. And he kind of has pushed him and poured his soul into Seth Rollins. And then later on, Finn Balor, it was obvious, taking the click photos, doing the too sweet and everything like that. That's pretty easy right there. Charlotte, she's Ric Flair's daughter. Of course, she's going to be in that group. And Kevin Owens, oh, come on. Kevin Owens is like kissing Triple H's ass. He does a great job at doing so. I heard Triple H wants to sign Broken Matt Hardy. What you think? Heard WWE wants to sign him, not just Triple H. I feel like this PPP should have been fine if they didn't have so many stupid-ass decisions on this show. Yeah, I agree with that, DJ Cass. Is it just? I'm sorry, but it's just me or am I the only one pissed off about WWE Clash right now? I'm not pissed. It's just kind of like a whatever bad show. Since Seth will feud with Triple H soon, who should feud with Owens next? Ask Crystal Molina fan. They'll probably have Rollins feud with him up until Survivor Series, and then after that, I don't know. Maybe Jericho turns on him, and Kevin Owens becomes a babyface because Brock Lesnar needs the Universal title because WWE has a huge boner for Brock Lesnar, and I believe Lesnar's contract is almost up, and they need to give Lesnar some incentive to maybe stay because they're not going to try to lose one of their best guys. Straight shooter, I think Roman winning the U.S. title is okay, Chase, but I think it should have been done a year with him. Roman should have been the one to beat Rusev's undefeated and him winning the U.S. title. Yeah, but straight shooter, that would actually make sense. Why instead of Roman Reigns facing Brock Lesnar for the WWE title, you have it where he faces Rusev at WrestleMania 31 instead? That makes no sense. That makes too much sense to the WWE. Who should Charlotte lose to? Asked by Crystal Molina fan. Honestly, if Charlotte were to put someone over, she most likely, so she wouldn't get that much hate, she would put over Bayley. Because like I said, Sasha Banks and Bayley are Charlotte's bitches. They're not golden children. They're not silver children. They're just there so Charlotte doesn't get too much heat from the wrestling fans, the IWC, of playing backstage politics when you know she plays backstage politics, and that's what she does the best. So when it comes down to it, with Charlotte, with that, maybe Bayley would be a good option. Nia Jax could be a decent option as well. You know, you have a lot of options. I would say Asuka would be a good one too if she does come to Raw. Hey, Chase, in school right now learning sex education, but that's fun to learn. LOL. But what did I miss? You missed nothing besides me saying that this was a decent ass show, Aisha. And you missed some Golden Children talk if you like that. Neil Spades Ace, aside from the Great War, what are you looking forward to in Bound for Glory? EC3 versus Bobby Lashley. It's a good TNA World Title match. I can't complain about it. Crystal Molina fan asks, do you think Alicia Fox should be a part of the title picture after making Nia Jax look good? Well, she lost to Nia Jax, so no. Like I said, losers shouldn't get title shots. If WWE didn't fuck up Ryback, he should have been the one to face Lesnar at WrestleMania 31. I know, right? What a novel concept. Too bad that makes too much sense. To be honest, I think Charlotte should hold her title for a while. I wouldn't call her winning at Clash a burial. It wasn't a burial, Mike Blue T. It's just that she plays politics to keep the belt. She gives bullshit reasons why she should keep the belt, and Bayley and Sasha can't agree with it. I think Sasha and Bayley will face that Mania with Bayley being champion coming in. Oh, we'll see about that. Who has the worst ego, Hunter or Vinnie Mac? Vince McMahon's not even close. Vince has Golden Child? No, he has the Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club beats the Golden Children. That's the hierarchy. Thoughts on Shawn Michaels overselling at SummerSlam versus Hogan? I answered this question before. I thought it was hilarious. Oh, you asked this before, Nero. Come on, man. Mike Blue, real talk, Chase. Yeah, no, it is real talk. I dude, like anyone who says that, oh, there's no politics being played or nothing, like, trust me, they're biding their time, they're saving space. If you have Sasha, and, like 100%, if you went up to Sasha and Bailey, friends, and you went up to them and you asked them, hey, is there shit going on backstage? Oh, they would tell you. But if you're like some reporter trying to get shit, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything. Did you see Triple H was on WWE.com and not on pay-per-view with Steph? Like, that should have been a part of the show. The hell? They had a Triple H segment and it wasn't on Clash of Champions? That's so stupid. Aisha Boss asked, since I missed it, what were your thoughts on the main event? Normally, I would say go back and watch the archive, but for you, Aisha, I will tell you. I said it was a good title match. The ending was stupid. It did nothing to gain sympathy on Seth Rollins as a babyface. Did nothing to gain heel heat on Kevin Owens. It just made Seth Rollins look stupid because he's supposed to be this architect and he's supposed to be very smart, but he didn't turn around to see if Kevin Owens was standing up. He was too focused on the referee. Like, what an idiot. I heard Shield return at Survivor Series. What do you think? I would love it. Aisha Boss. Yeah. Straight Shooter, do you think next year's Clash of Champions should be co-branded pay-per-view? Honestly, wish there was still co-branded pay-per-views. My personal opinion. What are your thoughts on Emo AJ and TNA with the one gimmick? Oh, that was great. Again, he had the Evil Ways theme song, Blue Sacranino. Yeah, freaking love that AJ Styles. Great stuff. Not as good. I think this is AJ Styles' best run, to be honest, not just because he's in the WWE, but I feel like AJ Styles, minus probably his TNA title run in 2009 before they fucked it up by giving him Ric Flair, this has to be one of his best runs, dude. Like, he's been killing it on the microphone. He's actually been charismatic, and he's actually been someone that's like a main event guy. While in TNA in 2009, then when Hogan came in, they kind of like made him feel like he was a mid-carder compared to like RVD and Jeff Hardy and all those other guys. Who do you think is going to win, Dean, AJ, or Cena? Wait until the No Mercy predictions. Yay. Maybe Dolph Ziggler leave WWE. What you think? Good. He needs to leave. Honestly, I don't know why Ziggler resigned. He could have made decent enough money on the independent scenes for him to live the life that he needs to live. He is a big name. He could have won at least a couple of titles. Like, I'm pretty sure he would have been a Ring of Honor World Champion. There's no question about that. Maybe TNA would have overpaid for him. I think he could have done well in New Japan. I don't know if he would have been like AJ Styles and won the IWGP Heavyweight title, but the Intercontinental title was definitely doable for him. He could have at least won like or been a good competitor in G1 Climax. I don't know why he's saying the WWE. Made no sense to me. What do you think of NXT TakeOver being in Toronto the night before Survivor Series? Asked by Straight Shooter. I like it. I think it's good that NXT is going to these bigger venues and stuff like that. I think the Toronto crowd's a good crowd. You know, they're a little bit weird and bizarre because they kind of like the Toronto crowd's like always. Like, I'm not trying to say it's bad that they're weird and bizarre, but it's always so hard to kind of get a grip of who are they going to cheer and boo. Because remember, Edge was like a hometown boy going from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And he was getting booed out of the building at SummerSlam 04, and Batista was getting cheered like crazy. I was surprised. Like, go back and watch SummerSlam 04. Jericho gets cheered. Batista gets some mild cheers, but he's getting cheered, Batista. Edge comes out, and they just boo the fuck out of him. I was like, what the hell? Who did Edge piss off to get booed at Toronto? And then, like, the Eugene and Triple H storyline, you know, Eugene's supposed to be this sympathetic babyface because, you know, he's a retarded kid that everyone loves to see. And then the fans boo him because they want to see Triple H kick this retard's ass. I was like, what the hell? Like, you know how much that ruined me when I was a little kid? I was like, why are they booing Eugene? Eugene's cool. And they're like, boo. Dean Ambrose, this year, everyone was all telling me Dean Ambrose is the most over superstar on the roster, yet at Roadblock, oh, God, that shit was terrible. Like, at Roadblock this year, Triple H was getting cheered, if not more, than the most over guy in the company. So, yeah. TNA is having a resurgence. Do you think there'll be competition to WWE again? Asked by Chris Molina fan. No. Not even close. Maybe in terms of what's a better TV show, yes. But in terms of everything else, no. Not even close. Who should fight Roman for the U.S. champion? I probably missed this too. I said they'll probably do Rusev again because we love seeing losers get the automatic rematch clause. Which year did you enjoy TNA over WWE? Oh, 06 and 07 for sure. 06 and 07 TNA better than WWE 06, 07. I mean, WWE was so desperate in 06 and 07, they brought back DX. Oh, you know what will get the fans going? Suck it. So desperate these guys were just to get some ratings, man. They had to bring back DX. What do you think TNA need to do with Aaron Rex? Sandow? Just call him Sandow. I don't know why everyone's calling him Aaron Rex. Just call him fucking Sandow. Don't call him Aaron Rex. That's such a lame-ass name, dude. Have him win the Grand Championship, the MMA title. Mike Blue asked, question, bro, what would be the qualifications for WWE World Champ or Universal Champ? How much credit should I have and what should you have accomplished in the company? Qualifications to become a world champion beforehand is either A, you were a really good tag team wrestler and you won a bunch of tag team titles, but then you went on a singles run and you had like a big-time singles pay-per-view match at a big-time pay-per-view, which you won, and then I could kind of consider you a world champion contender. If you're a mid-carder, because like tag team wrestlers, they kind of have like they kind of have a different story than guys who are kind of just single mid-carders, because tag team wrestlers, they're kind of forced to tag team with someone. They're kind of forced to be in that situation. But if you are the one that shines the most in your tag team career, you know, really, to be honest here, and you're still over even after that tag team, like you're still someone that's very over with the crowd, I don't see why not that you can't become a world champion. You just need that one match that kind of gives you legitness because you've been a tag team wrestler your whole career. You just need some singles guy to kind of put you over the map and saying like, hey, yeah, I know this guy can hang with the world champions, hang with the best and the best. When it comes to being a mid-card guy, it's kind of like if you had one, maybe two mid-card title reigns that were worth a damn. And I'm not talking about, oh, you won the mid-card title for a month, awesome, you're ready to be a world champion. No, like good long reigns that helped establish you as a top singles guy, where it's like, oh, he beat this guy, he beat this guy, he beat this guy. Dude, this guy is world champion material. So that's what I would say would consider you like qualifications to be a world champ or universal champ. If you kind of did some stuff like that, like for example, like Big E has been doing great with the tag team titles, but if he were to go into the world title scene, I would like it, but I would just like him to have one match, maybe like a Royal Rumble to prove that he's really good. Straight Shooter, you're not the only one that thinks Chris Jericho's overrated, because Crystal Molina fan said no, Y2J is overrated. You watch WCPW? No. Straight Shooter, do you see the Raw ratings decline even more with the MLB playoffs approaching? Sure. I don't even think MLB playoffs are really that big of a deal unless it's like the ALCS or the NLCS or even the World Series, but that's just me. You want Moose to sign to NXT? Yeah, he would be good. Why not? Crystal Molina fan, do you think TNA would have been in a better place if they wasn't trying to compete with WWE and focus on what they were doing as well as not hired Bischoff and Hogan? Yes, 100%. Because if they actually just focused on being TNA and not WWE, they would have been fine. Do you think AJ should trim his soccer mom haircut? Says Nero. No, I like his soccer haircut. I heard a lot of rumors that WWE wants to buy TNA. What you think? I can see why, especially with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe kind of being big fixtures in their current brands, and especially that video library. That video library from TNA has some nice stuff, especially with Sting too. Because let's keep in mind, WWE only had Sting for what, 2 matches? Oh well, if you count some of his Raw matches, 3 or 4 matches. So it's like, you know, they don't really have that much Sting stuff besides old WCW stuff. And really, to be honest, when you trying to cater to new fans are like, when you're a kid, you don't really appreciate old school wrestling all that much. It's not after years of watching wrestling where you kind of understand it. You either have to grown up wrestling at that time, or you get older and you kind of just want to learn more about the business, so you go back and watch the older stuff. But when it comes down to it, you know, TNA's library has a lot of matches that, you know, the kids nowadays, and especially the wrestling fans nowadays, seem to love a lot. Especially old school TNA. They have a lot of those matches where a lot of fans could easily get hooked onto. So I could see why WWE would want to buy TNA and get that video library. I think that makes sense. I believe the rumors. There's guys on the TNA roster that maybe Vince would love to have, like Bobby Lashley and Broken Matt Hardy. So Yeah. TJ Perkins versus the Brian Kendrick. Goddamn comments. Where was it? I was reading it and then it disappeared. Okay. TJ Perkins versus the Brian Kendrick truly sucked. I feel they did not match well. So who should face TJ instead of Brian? I said Cedric. Yeah, I don't know why Cedric Alexander or Graham Metalik. I would prefer those guys. Straight shooters Chase, since Johnson is taking a hiatus after No Mercy, do you think they should do an injury angle where Ambrose turns heel and injures John Cena? Yeah, that could work. But then again, Cena's going to come back and fight for the title, and so Cena won't get his revenge on Ambrose. So, yeah, no. Great. It'll be WWE bearing WCW storyline all over again if they buy TNA. Yeah, be great. Should they do another invasion storyline if WWE buys? No. No. Hell no. No invasion storyline. Fuck that. I don't know what people's obsessions are with invasion storylines, but no. No, that's going to be a terrible storyline. Oh, great. Oh, TNA wins one pay-per-view like Bobby Lashley, who looks like he could kick half damn. I'm sorry. If you don't think Bobby Lashley could beat half of the WWE roster's ass, you're out of your mind. Like, if I'm Vince, and here's the thing. If I were to book a TNA invasion storyline, I would just rip off what TNA did with Lashley back in the summer of 2014. Bring that to the WWE. Oh, dude. If you think that's not ratings, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Lashley, like this is what I would literally do. Lashley's first night back in the company, I just have Lashley go and kill Brock Lesnar. Because people want to cheer Lesnar anyways. Fans are not going to get behind Bobby Lashley. They just aren't. For whatever reason, this guy is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, and people seem to not like him. That's just me. But I would have it where Lashley kills Lesnar. You take Lesnar off TV for a little bit, and then you just have Lashley do what he does. Because when you look at Lashley, it's like, who could beat this guy? Who could beat this guy on that current roster that looks like a legit threat? Seth Rollins, get the fuck out of here. Roman Reigns, get the fuck out of here. Finn Balor, get the fuck out of here. Bobby Lashley is just like, God damn, this guy's going to kill you. No, if you have Lashley come out the night on Raw, destroy Lesnar, and it's like SummerSlam, and he's holding that world title, and then he's just so like a beast. Like, you just don't know who's going to stop him, and it's in SummerSlam, and then Lashley gets on the mic, he's like, I beat everyone here. No one can stop. And then you hear, wow, and Brock Lesnar's back, and then the fans are going ape shit, and then you have a big-time SummerSlam match with fucking Lesnar and Lashley. Oh, God. You know how big that would be. You know how much awesomeness that would be. Holy fucking shit. You built up Lashley as this dominant black world champion, and he's kicking all this fucking ass. And then Lesnar's coming back to try to kick his ass. You have a real reason to cheer Brock Lesnar besides the fact that he suplex city and all this other shit. Ah, awesome. Would have been better. That's just me. Yeah, I'll make Lashley a huge star. Fuck yeah. Is it bad? The only reason why I'm watching Bound for Glory is for the great Broken Brilliance of Broken Matt Hardy. No, you can watch wrestling for whatever you want. Aisha Boss said, Invasion storylines could never work, especially in this area. Yeah, like, I can't believe Sami Zayn can beat Bobby Lashley. Yeah. Chris Molina fan, Bobby Lashley was going to be a badass in 2007 when he was fighting a Great American Bash against Cena. I wonder what would have happened if he wasn't released. Well, he got injured after that. Shotgun 785 asks, are you watching less WWE now because of the NFL? I still watch the 3 hours of Raw and 2 hours of Tuesday Night SmackDown Live. Still watch this whole 3-hour pay-per-view. I just don't have time to review as much because I have 2 jobs right now. So, yeah. Worst team in the NFL, Cleveland Browns, not even close. Come on, Dynasty. That's not even close. Straight shooter, Aisha Boss. If it was Trevor Lee, then I would believe that Sami Zayn could beat Trevor Lee. Yeah, sure, Trevor Lee. Do you think China will be in the Hall of Fame next year? Yes. Nero asks overall opinions on Goldberg. Great talent. That's all I can really say. I think Goldberg's all right. You know, he's good. He was over, made a lot of money. Shay Shooter says, I always thought Bobby Lashley had so much potential to be the first black WWE champion. You and I both. And WWE never went all the way with him. It's unfortunate, but I'm glad he's successful in TNA. Yeah, I don't get it. I've always been a big Bobby Lashley fan. Everyone thinks like joke. Like, I don't get why people can't just understand I actually like someone. It's like, how can you like Lashley? Why don't you like Lashley? Lashley's a stud. Everyone thinks I'm like joking when I think I like Bobby Lashley. I'm like, dude, Bobby Lashley was a beast in 2014, dog. Like, I love this TNA World Title run back then. Ricochet, Leo Rush, or Desmond for the next Cruiserweight Classic. I do not know who Leo Rush or Desmond are, but I would like to see Ricochet in the WWE. I think he has potential to be a good wrestler in the WWE. Von Erickson, 2K17. What do you think? I don't play 2K17, so don't care. What WWE need to do with Noam Dar? Cruiserweight division. How about that? Don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man. Don't treat me like a no man. Treat me for who I am. It's good to see Brian Kendrick back in WWE. Yeah, it's good, I guess. Yeah, Bobby Lashley is what the WWE is missing. Do you think Lashley is hated because he's a buff/big Black Lesnar ripoff? Yes, 100%. If Lashley was skinny and he can do flips and kicks like Cedric Alexander, they would be saying, push him to the moon. How come he hasn't been signed? Mick Foley defending the stupidity of the star on Sheamus, any. Bears are worse because besides the Eagles game, Cleveland was in both of the other games. Baltimore last minute, and Miami went to OT. So they still lost those games. Just because you're in close games doesn't mean shit. At least the Bears have some players on the roster. They're just hurt right now. I know everyone's going to be like, well, what about Cleveland? They have hurt players. RG3 and Josh McCown don't mean shit. What was the smarkiest/nerdiest match you saw? Honestly, Nero, probably Davey Richards versus Eddie Edwards, Best in the World 2011. I don't know. Look up Leo Rush. He's insane. I will do so, Crystal Molino fan. When I have more time on my hands. I don't like to dabble too much into too much wrestling because like it will hurt my head. Because half the shit I see nowadays is the same old shit and everything like that. What do you think WWE need to do to Kurt Hawkins now that he's only having pre-matches and faces vids? Do I care? Rumor about WWE doing a women's version of the Cruiser Classic. What women should be a part of it? That's so hard. There's so many women out there that are wrestling. I haven't really followed the women independent scene in a minute. You know, I'm not really a big like huge women's wrestling fan outside of WWE, to be honest. So I don't know. Maybe Paige's mom or something. I don't mind that they're doing it. I think it's a good idea, but as long as they actually get talent they're going to use and not just waste, I'm good with it. One of my favorite characters back in the day was Mankind. What do you think of Mick Foley's performance when he was Mankind character? His mic skills and promos were so good yet disturbing. Yeah, Mick Foley really got on your freaking head, made you like feel bad for Mankind, made you feel like that you were Mankind in a way, like kind of made you want to connect with him, and just kind of like made you feel like, oh, I'm just like him. You know, that was a good thing about Foley. That's what your mic skills should do, is make you connect with that person in some way, shape, or form, or make you want to say their catchphrases or make you feel bad, sympathy. Like, if I'm not feeling anything during your promo, you just suck. That's just how it is. Like with AJ Styles, I connect with AJ Styles because I feel like sometimes I am the face that runs a place in certain situations. So I'm like, I am the face that runs the place. I can get with AJ Styles. John Cena, never give up. I can get that. You know, some of these wrestlers say shit I don't get. But they work hard to cut the shoot promos. Like, who gives a fuck? One more. Nia Jax needs someone to really face her. Who should that woman be? Asuka really is like the only one that seems like a legit threat to Nia Jax, in my personal opinion, based on the current roster. If not, maybe throw Paige out there, punish her for still being with Alberto Del Rio. So, if Goldberg was still wrestling today, would he be over with all these cruiserweights and indie hype? Somewhat. I think Goldberg could still somewhat be over. He actually had a look to him where people can actually buy into him. So, yeah, I think he's somewhat over. Jay Cutler's the Dolph Ziggler of the NFL. That's giving Jay Cutler way too much credit, and Dolph Ziggler an insult at the same time, straight shooter. Who WWE need to bring back? Nobody. They don't need to bring back anyone. They need to focus on building their own stars. The only guy you bring back is Broken Matt Hardy because he can work with everyone on the roster. But other than that, you don't need to bring RVD back. You don't need to bring Jeff Hardy back. You don't need to bring anyone back. Well, I guess if you bring Broken Matt, you kind of have to bring Brother Nero. So, The Miz seemingly is coming back to the main event. Do you think he'll look legit again as a main eventer? Yes. Miz is a main eventer in my books. I don't know what you all are talking about. Just because he's in the mid-card scene doesn't mean he's not a main eventer. I think The Miz is in today's WWE, Miz is a main eventer. Top fledge. John Morrison. No, I do not want to see Jomo back. You think the club for New Japan Pro Wrestling need to come to WWE? Well, 4 of them are already here, so I don't know what you're trying to say. No. I noticed it's on last week Raw how overly scripted every line is. Like, you can tell the talented mic workers because they can make it their own, but I'm not intrigued if you sound robotic. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, like, if you watch any like off the cuff interviews with Roman Reigns or just like Roman Reigns doing stuff for like WWE.com where it's not really scripted, you can see Roman Reigns has some personality. Roman Reigns can actually do stuff. It's just that Vince wants Roman Reigns to say these things, and Roman Reigns is just trying to be a good little soldier and doing it. But Roman Reigns can do it. Roman Reigns can cut some good promos. It's just that it all depends on what's written for him and if it's like fits it. Because Roman Reigns, he's more of like a comedy. He's very comedic. It's not like Roman Reigns is like, I'm the big dog on campus, but I eat that succotash. Like, that's not gonna get him over. Just have Roman Reigns go out there and actually be himself. That will get him over. Paul Pierce, yeah, he retired. Good for him. I was sad about KG. We're talking about wrestling, not basketball. Don't care. Paul Pierce retired. Good for him. Fuck you, Truth. Your knee wasn't hurt in the NBA 2008 finals. No, because 98 NWO bad and they just got there, Virgil. Huge fan of the Miz has been since day one. He is just not ending the night like he should. Miz is the best thing that I ever have in WWE right now. He's like Broken Matt Hardy of TNA. Yeah, he's good. Miz has always been good. Do you think Becky should have won the title first? I felt Naomi should have won it. I thought Nikki Bella should have won it, but yeah. Mike Blue says, right, I see more potential in Roman Reigns. I wish Stone Cold could mentor him and pull him aside and talk to him and Vince. Yeah, seriously, just like tell him, like, hey, just let this guy go out there and be himself. Like, just these promos, they make Roman Reigns go. It's like, whatever. I heard rumor that Bubba Ray Dudley coming back as Bully Ray. What do you think? I think it's a little bit too late on trying to capitalize on the Bully Ray character. It's been, what, since 2013 since he's run with that, and the gimmick has kind of fallen. But if WWE is willing to do it and do it the Bully Ray way, I wouldn't mind. That was probably one of TNA's best characters they created. I like Bully Ray. Never had a problem with Bully Ray. Worst TNA faction? Oh, God. Too many to fucking name. Worst TNA faction? Probably World Elite. D-Von is an agent now. Good for D-Von. Who do you think Miz needs to lose the title to? Apollo Crews? Young guy? I don't know. They haven't really built anyone that's worth a damn. Oh, Aces and Eights. Yeah, Aces and Eights is pretty bad. WWE is trying to make amends with former stars. Who the star they need to make more amends with? No one. Because focus on your current talent, not getting new people. Chase, have you heard of the Twitter page called the WWE was high school? It was the funniest Twitter page account for WWE Twitter accounts. No, I haven't heard of it. What the fuck is this? Right. I don't know. Okay, whatever. My phone was doing something weird. What happened to my dog? Well, he's in the other room. He was on because my mom works from home for most of the time, and so he hangs out with my mom. But when mom's not here, he likes to chill with me. But since my mom's here, he's chilling in the other room. What if WWE changed the Miz to Broken Miz? No, don't copy Broken Matt. You can't do that. Stop it. Can't copy Broken Matt Hardy. All right, a few more questions, guys. I have to head out soon and do other stuff. Kurt Hawkins' gimmick sucks. He should be like a Riddler to WWE since all the wrestlers are Batman villains. That wouldn't be that bad. I wouldn't mind him being the Riddler. Be interesting. Be interesting enough. Which WWE star has character right now? Oh, that's a great question. AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles is doing a great job, in my personal opinion. Do you think the U.S. Intercontinental title need a new look to fit the other titles? No. Because then they're just going to look like every other title. No, just keep it the same. Just keep the look the same. I like the looks. What do you expect from Eva Marie when she returns? Probably the same shit. Maybe she'll actually debut. Maybe beat Becky Lynch for the women's title, causing people to be mad, which I don't know why you would be mad, because they've been kind of building it up that she might do that. At least WWE is building up to something, unlike in the past where they would build up to nothing. So, yeah, that's what I could probably expect. Anyways, thank you all very much for tuning in to the Clash of Champions 2016 review. If you guys like what you saw, hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68. When will I be back for a live stream? I don't know. It depends on my work schedule and if I'm super tired or not. So that's all I got to really say about that. Have yourself a good one. Peace.